Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. It's Christmas right now. It's like 2:20 a.m. So the reason why I have the mic so close to me right now is because I don't want to wake up the family. So I want to, talk low and be able to make this video for you guys, right? Because I'm awake right now. My whole entire family is just sleeping upstairs, so I don't want to wake them up. So that's why I'm bringing the mic real close to me, and we're going to be talking about the team that we are using for foot champs, for division rivals, all that fun stuff. So as you guys know, for any of you who have watched the videos in general, the team hasn't really changed that much, right? I think there's been two differences in the team. I no longer use Kun Aguero because I hate him in every single FIFA. I just do not like him at all. And I also replaced the other CDM. It might have been Conte before, but I know that I had Joe Allen before with Alexandro, so I can get that full green link with Alexandro. So people are gonna be wondering if it's cool that I'm using Alexandro on 8 chemistry. And to be honest with you guys, it definitely is. But there are a lot of players in this team that I really do wish that I could improve, because there's always so many different elements of gameplay that you're missing with certain cards in your teams, right? So as you guys can see that I do start off with the 4-3-3 here. Reason being is because obviously I want to try to get as much chemistry as possible. I feel like you guys would know more than me if there is a better way for me to get full chemistry on the 3 cards that don't have 10 chemistry, because it would be great to do that. So I switched to Aguero because Aguero's lack of height with lack of pace was super annoying, because there's certain times, right, where your striker would make those runs on the sides and they wouldn't necessarily be ideal to make that pass. And that's the thing about having specific players in specific positions, right? I just knew that I couldn't make those through ball passes to Aguero, because I know that he's not going to be able to outbody the fullbacks or outpace the fullbacks. So he's very linear in play. Felipe Anderson is small too, but he makes up for it in the pace, because he actually has pace. He has 96 acceleration with 91 sprint speed, whereas Aguero, I think, had 82 or something, or I can't even remember what it was, but it wasn't great, right? So that's why I had to change him from the team. I have been using SBC Lerma. This is the foot swap deal ones. I'm not sure if foot swap deal cards are still available right now, but I will say that I really like this card for what it offers as a medium-high CDM that is playing in the EPL, because the only options you really have in terms of a meta is Fabinho, Conte, Lerma. You could use the quote-unquote other options, which is Fernandinho and Ndidi, but they're absolutely trash bags. But I think Lerma has definitely been making a difference in my team, and I do really like him around the squad. The thing that I mentioned in the SBC video is that I thought that Lerma's composure was going to be an issue, and at times it definitely is an issue. It's not like it's not noticeable, because it's 67 composure. It's the pressure that the player feels when he has the ball, especially in the midfield. When I give him the ball, you can definitely feel that he feels pressure, right? It's when you play FIFA, you kind of like realize these things. But the thing about this card that I like is that, again, when it comes to CDMs, when you have acceleration, sprint speed, agility, and balance all together very nicely, it just allows that player to transition left and right more smoothly and not have so much emphasis off the ball just to move, right? He already has good physical stats, so that's why I gave him a shadow card to increase his acceleration, sprint speed, and his defending stats in general, and I've been really liking him. This card right here, okay? This is a card people like in general. I like Fabinho, but I hate Fabinho at the same time. I'll explain to you guys why, right? So right off the bat, his agility and balance is noticeable in game. It's not really like high enough for it to not be noticeable, because he's also, 6'2". He's a tall guy, right? Is this card a good card in the game? Yes. But the biggest reason why I hate this card with the deepest passion is because he's not medium-high work rates. Because the thing is, right, there are so many times when I'm playing, and the thing is that someone could be high medium but have more urgency in defending more than Fabinho. Fabinho's urgency to come back is really terrible, right? Lerma's urgency to come back is way better. But the thing that I've been noticing with these cards, man, and this is something I noticed especially with the Cam card, right, is that I feel like I'm noticing, attacking positioning more. I don't know if that makes sense. But the way my players position themselves on the field, I feel like I'm starting to notice it more. Like Fabinho will make certain runs in attacking positionings, even with stay back while attacking, because he is medium work rates. Doesn't mean never, right? The way he positions himself on the pitch, I'm not a huge fan of, right? So I've always been curious to see what the Patrick Vieiras and the Laurent Blancs would do in terms of their positioning, because attacking positioning would be really important for defensive positioning too. Because if people think about it, when you're attacking, you don't want your CDM to be in certain areas. You want them to be in the area when someone tries to attack against you, right? So with Fabinho's card, the biggest reason why I hate him is because he has absolutely zero urgency to push back when I need him to push back. Other than that, though, which is a big one, right? But other than that, this guy's a CDM's a beast. He intercepts everything because he's tall. He's 6'2". He has great physical stature. It's just his positioning as a CDM I just don't like whatsoever. That's the only problem with him. So I'd love to upgrade him. I don't know if I'd want to upgrade to N'Golo Kante, which I could definitely do because I could just do this, right? And then put N'Golo Kante in the team. I don't know. I honestly have no idea, because Fabinho, it's just that work rate and that lack of, wanting to push back that really, really bothers me and just irks the heck out of me, man. Goalkeeper is De Gea. Honestly, the guy's a god. I love him. He's like literally he's a beast, right? He saves it when he should save it, and sometimes he saves shots where it's like, wow, De Gea, thanks for saving that, because finesse shots, like he's one of the best goalkeepers to deal with finesse shots, which is awesome, right? Obviously the two center backs is Eric Bailly and Virgil van Dijk. I like Virgil van Dijk way more than Bailly. I think Virgil van Dijk actually really has that really good physical presence, whereas Eric Bailly doesn't really have high defensive and physical stats in comparison to Van Dijk, so he doesn't feel as good, but it's still effective, right? Kyle Walker's amazing. I have no complaints about him. I absolutely love him. Alexander would be nice on full chemistry, but for me, man, it's all about that high physical stature. He has 79 jumping. I'd probably give him an anchor. I don't even know. But the card's pretty nice too. So this is how the team sets up in game. Again, please let me know if there's anything I can do to change it so I can get more chemistry in the players. But this is how I change it in game, right? So once we go to our custom tactics here, balance, I don't touch the balance. I keep it as it is because I don't really use the balance because it's on 4-3-3. 4-3-3 is not a formation I'm ever going to want to use, which sucks because the thing is, right, do your best, right, to get players in each position unbalanced on the default formation, because that gives you an extra tactic to use. Because now I can't use this one tactic when I should have 5, right? So normally when I start off the game, I'll start it off on 4-2-3-1 balance. A lot of people don't like these custom tactics in general, but it's kind of like how the meta needs to be right now, because in FIFA for the last, I would say, 3 or 4 years, for me personally, it's been worth defending more than it has been attacking more, right? So the reason why I have dropped back for my players here, right, and have all of these as custom tactics is, if you look at the offense, right, my width is narrow because I don't like pushing the ball out wide. You guys know this by now. Sometimes in certain situations, you kind of have to push it out wide depending on how your opponent's playing. Like if he's overcommitting his fullback, you want to have that player up there, right? But I do wish I had a different custom tactic so I can switch between balanced and possession, because here's the thing I've noticed with the difference between balance and possession. So possession, I notice on my left cam and my right cam usually don't like to make any runs, right? But balanced, they're more prone to actually making those runs, because you can't actually tell. There's no instruction that you can go tell your cam to commit forward. You can't tell them to. You could tell them to stay forward, but not to get in behind a person's team or anything like that, right? So that's why I haven't really been too crazy about him or too crazy about that the possession tactic recently. But I would like to have it depending on how my opponent is playing. I like dynamic tactics as a feature this year because I like to play based off of how my opponent is playing. I'll give you guys a very good example, right? So the other day I was playing Division Rivals, and this is what I start off with. So it seems really conservative to people, but when I win the ball back, I like having stay back while attacking for my CDMs and cover center, stay back while attack, or come back on defense, stay on the edge of the box, right? Stay on the edge of the box because I'm not going to cross to these guys because they're not going to be good at, weighing the ball in the air. So there's no point, right? So if I tell them to stay on the edge of the box for the cross, I can get them more into positions to do the finesse shot. Trust me, guys, I hate the meta of finesse shots. I hate it. I really do. But it's not, if you guys have seen the streams or whenever I play this game, it's not worth going 1v1 against the goalkeeper, which is why I had to stop at 12-1 last weekend, because my brain was becoming numb from the finesse. You can see the life being sucked out of me every time I hit the finesse shots from the highlights video, right? So that's why I didn't really continue playing. But I do have comeback and defense, stay on the edge of the box for all my 3 cams. Do they come back on defense? Yes. But I feel like people don't really get that the way that they position themselves isn't the way people think they position themselves, because that middle is still open even if you push those guys back. A big reason why I push those guys back is strictly because I want them to be closer to me when I win possession of the ball back. Because as you guys know, aggressive interceptions, not the actual tactic, but the way FIFA works nowadays is that aggressive interceptions, the other person will cut in front of your player very often and just aggressively get the ball back. So when my players are closer, it's all about passing plays amongst each other, right? So that's why I like to use it. I've been using stay central and false 9 on my striker because honestly, there's just, in this game, there's no point in me wanting to get into the box and make that run. So I just tell my player to be a false 9, and it works well with Philippe Anderson because he's high work rates. He lingers outside the box, right, to go for those finesse shots again. But once I realize that this is a little bit too conservative, because I don't only use that tactic in game, right? People see me switch between defensive and attacking all the time, right? My attacking one is press after possession loss and possession play, right? I wouldn't want to have possession play. I want to have balance. That's why I want to have 1 or 2 extra custom tactics I can use so that I can use different things, because I want my balance to be an extra tactic. But anyways, press after possession loss, because as you guys know, pressing in this game, your AI defensively pressing people is really effective if done properly. So obviously very nice to have. And then when I get possession of the ball, I want to keep possession and then build up the play like that, right? This is for a more aggressive approach depending on how my opponent is playing. If he's playing a very quote-unquote douchey way, obviously I want to have press on possession loss so that I can avoid that as much as possible. The instructions are a little bit different for the 4-2-3-1 aggressive attacking one, which is a false 9 on the striker, but he can still move on to the sides if he really wants to. Balance on the cams, still on stay back while attacking for the CDMs and fullbacks, because fullbacks are non-stay back while attacking. Aggressive interceptions? Ooh, do not want to do that. I think that was when I was trying that out. I actually think I had that the entire time for foot champs, which is not a good thing at all. Because aggressive interceptions and having your players on balanced attacking runs, that means that they'll try to aggressively intercept the ball when they're higher up. So that means it'll take more time for them to go back. Interesting. I think I would want to keep them on balance though, but just not aggressive interceptions. That was not ideal. Nor do I want them to be on inverted. Inverted is fine for the C defensive one, not necessarily for this one though. Again, these are my custom tactics, so press after possession loss and possession. Then, and I'm probably going to switch this one out too. This is the 4-2-3-1 wide, right? Oh, no, it is the narrow. Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, so this is basically me wanting to get the ball back. So what I'm actually going to do here is, because there's a sense of urgency to get the ball, because I am using ultra attacking, I'm just going to switch everybody to... People don't believe this, but it's actually, even when you're attacking, it's good to have both your CDM stay back while attacking, because you need that extra presence when you pass the ball backwards. You know what I mean? These guys are on stay forward, so I have to do conservative interception or aggressive interceptions. That's not it. Aggressive interceptions, and then aggressive interceptions. So obviously this is when the, when I'm losing, or I really feel like I could put pressure against the opponent and trying to get the ball against him because he's trying to hold on to possession or whatever, right? Depth is really high. Width, I don't know if width has to be. Width could be yeah, that would make sense. Players in the box a lot. Corners 3-3. Yeah, this would work out. So obviously you always want to have a tactic that is very defensive and a tactic that's very attacking, and then an in between of the two as your two, and then one where it's like your wild card, right? So that's why it's very important to try to get good chemistry when you start with your team, so that way you can have an extra custom tactic so that you don't have to rotate. It's nice to have 5 because the thing about FIFA, right? And this is something that I've noticed a lot. Sometimes when you're okay at the game, tactic changes the whole entire game. Like I was playing against this division rivals guys one time, and I was staying on defensive. And the moment I changed to my attacking tactics, I started playing better because of the pressure after possession loss. Right, it was working out really nicely for me. And last but not least, just to conclude the video there, we do have the 4-2-3-1 that is very, very conservative. I would literally put that to 1 if I really could, right? This is the conservative play. This is when I want my players to be close to me. It's a 4-2-3-1 wide, come short for the left mid and the right mid. This is just for me to waste time near the end of the game if I really need to. So yeah, I like to the 4-2-3-1. This one I only use for the last 5 minutes. This one is I'm using if it's the last 10 minutes and I'm losing, obviously. But these are the two that I usually switch between. I would say it's like a 60% defensive, and then it's a 40% attacking most of the times. Because defensive gets really boring sometimes. When you have drop back, it takes too long for you to get the ball back because it involves a lot of thinking when you drop back. People don't get this, right? When you drop back, it's actually harder to defend, but you have more players coming back. People don't really get that. Like I think more when I'm on defensive than when I'm on attacking because it's the way that the players defend is different, you know. But yeah, that is going to conclude the video for today, guys. I have an idea for a video for today. I'm probably going to do like a top 100 analysis because people have been asking me to do that, where I just review top 100 players' gameplays because everyone has their own style. Well, excuse me, I say everyone has their own style, but everyone's going to be using the finesse shots, right? But it would be interesting to see how people would react to that in terms of me making those types of videos. So I'll probably try that out for today's video because I'm going to try to get 2 uploads a day. If you guys have any ideas of any types of videos you guys would like to see, again, be sure to leave it in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to check it out and definitely consider it. The team of the week, by the way, is I will, since Footmas is not a thing anymore because it just finished, I will review team of the weeks when it comes out to see if the channel likes it. If the channel likes it, then we'll continue to do them every time the team of the week comes out. But hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I'll see you guys in the next video today, whether it's going to be earlier or later on in 2 hours. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace, dudes. Love you guys. Merry Christmas.